It's a career that has spanned 13 years. It's seen him claim 10 ATP World Tour titles. But the Ivan Ljubicic story is a tale of triumph over adversity. Born in war-torn former Yugoslavia, Ljubicic was a refugee in his early teens. After fleeing his homeland in Bosnia for Croatia, he left for Turin to pursue his distant dream of a career in tennis.
I was in Italy by myself and didn't speak a language to go to the school. Really, I was in a club basically 24/7, and I would just use the courts and practice all day. Being a refugee of war, things makes it sometimes easier, sometimes more difficult. I mean, the positive thing about it is that I had no choice. The tough thing about it is, of course, being away from friends, from the family. So I was lucky enough to really use that opportunity to become better a tennis player.
Ljubicic joined the ATP World Tour when a new brand of tennis was starting. Some great names had just retired, including Ivan's hero.
It was Stefan Edberg, and in fact, until the age of 16, 17, I was playing basically the same exact style. I was just rushing to the net on every single ball and serving, volleying all the time. And then after I realized that that's maybe not the best for my tennis, and the tennis times were different. We had to stay back more. In fact, today there are no more serving volleyers. So only at age 17 I started actually to hit some good ground strokes. Until then I was pretty much copying Stefan.
The style of play is not the only aspect that's changed since the Croat joined the tour. Levels of fitness and strength are now at an all-time high.
I think it's going to be more and more physical and more professional, and the players today are taking care of their body and on the psychological aspects of the game, technical. I mean, I think in 10 years it's going to be even more, so I don't think there is any way to stop it, and we shouldn't. I think the more quality it's out there, the better it is.
At 31, Ivan is one of the ATP World Tour's elder statesmen, and he's still a contender, because he says he's able to draw on that experience and cope with the pressure points.
It's easier now. I think the experience does help, especially again when I play against younger players, when I play in maybe difficult conditions on the courts. I feel like it is an advantage, and as I said, I think I achieved all my highest possible goals in career already. So there is no pressure that I have to do something. I really go out there and try to enjoy, try to play my best tennis and try to win matches.
The ability to handle the pressure has served him well. Ljubicic demonstrated his touch for success on the big stage with victory at Indian Wells last year. It's a treasured memory.
I was in top shape and managed to beat Djokovic and Nadal and Roddick in the final. It makes it absolutely fantastic and special, and the biggest title of my career. I can't really say it was unexpected. All throughout my career in Indian Wells I played fantastic. I really always felt very comfortable there, and I felt like my tennis was the best. I had 3 finals at Masters 1000 earlier in my career, so I really felt like I deserved one.
He's determined that triumph in California will not be his swan song. The former world number 3 plans to build on last year's success.
It gives you motivation to work harder and to go on. When you are 31 and basically every press conference you get a question when you're thinking about retirement, what you're going to do after. So when you're playing such a tennis, quality tennis, you don't really think too much about it, so you can really focus on what you're doing and enjoying it doing more.
He has no immediate thoughts of retirement. Is the best still to come from Ivan Ljubicic?
As long as my body is here and desire to win matches, to play great tennis, I'm going to be around.
Next week on ATP World Tour Uncovered, hot on the heels of the BNP Paribas Open, we'll have a special report from the Sony Ericsson Open in Miami. And Justin Gimelstob gets the inside track on America's Andy Roddick. Can the former world number 1 defend his Miami crown? Until then, don't forget to log on to atpworldtour.com for your 24/7 breaking news. And talk with us on Facebook at facebook.com/ATP World Tour and Twitter using @ATP World Tour. See you next week.